Happy Sunday, people. In this video I'm going to concentrate mainly on explaining how we got running water onto our property here in Central Portugal. Our primary source at the moment is our borehole, so I'll show you a little bit of footage on how we got that working, and also how we're trying to set ourselves up to get mains water. We've been in touch with the water board, so there's a certain amount of hoops that we have to jump through in order to get connected. So enjoy.
What are you doing, Matt?
What am I doing indeed? We thought that would be the water main, which it was, but I think it's useless. So we've been told that they're going to tap into the water main in the road, and I need to fit this box into the wall and plumb it in, which I think at the end of the day would be a better job, but it just means that I'm going to have to chase in the pipe into the path, sort of concreting and dicking around with that, like so. It'd be a nicer job at first. I'm just getting this nicely rebaited into the wall, and then it'll be a nice neat job then.
It's going to look amazing.
And then I'll have to fill it with concrete once it's done, and yeah, job's a good one.
It's kind of mad how we thought it was going to be a simple job of letting them know that we needed some water and then they would come and just connect it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that it's lucky that you've got the skills and the tools to do it, and they came and connected the electricity first yesterday, which is when we were...
The generator broke.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a drama.
We've got a tractor coming up the road, we're going to have to move.
Oh, tiring. Yeah. Keep going. Right, so just to explain, we're going to have the mains water is going to go up there, like I said, and then we're going to have our channels for when it comes out of the meter, and it's going to come in here and through there. We're going to try and get it as low as we can into this room here, which ultimately is going to be our kitchen, and this will be our front door. So we're going to have all the services down this side of the house. Your scene is starting to chase out this channel for our mains water into the house. I'll give you a quick look, see how we're done. Okay, so it's going to come up through there, down here obviously, and now it's going to go in there. So Sonny,
yep.
What's our weapon of choice to get through there? Go on and show us.
A mile long SDS bit.
Go on and show us.
Oh, it's not on?
No, not yet.
Huge.
Humongous. So we're going to drill through here, underneath the step. We should have plenty of room. We're going to come this way because it'll be easier to get down. Unfortunately, we've got a 1-inch pipe, which is 25mm, and that's a 22mm SDS bit. However, I should think all this is going to break up quite nicely. So let's give it a go. Monster bit. Go on then.
I'm tired already. Oh, why was I itching to do this?
I'll do it if you want.
Just going to clear it out a bit more.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you've got to get it as horizontal as possible. Why is it everywhere else you find soft stone apart from where you want to drill?
Or you might want to, if you put it a bit to the side.
Like that way.
No, the other way. Coming out here. Bit wonky, but see how it goes. Ready for this? Boom! More power! Nearly there. Come on, any minute now.
It's encouraging it being so hard because this rock, some of the stone seems quite soft, so it's nice to know that it's got a hard foundation.
Yeah, this bit here is solid.
Good.
Very
I've got
good.
a stone marking where I think it's going to break through, which is there.
We are very close. So tiring. Dad thinks we're doing it through in a minute. Any second now. This rock is solid. Nearly there. Yeah. Oh yeah. There it is. Oh yeah.
So it gets better, the water meter debacle. Yeah, so I've got these fittings which go on these pipes, right? Now, those pipes don't have a thread. So we did our best to make a tool. Oh, I hope it's still in here because oh, I haven't. Oh, it looks like I've lost it, but it doesn't matter because I ended up going to Torres Nova for this, which is about 16 euros, and it cuts a thread. So you're gonna somehow grip the tube and cut a thread onto that, and then you can use these another truckers. Oh look, here's one I prepared earlier. So I've got the components. Yeah, they couldn't put it there, or didn't want to put it there. That must be connected to the mains, but anyway, it doesn't work. So they've asked us to put it in here. So I've had to break this out. I took the top ones out because they're all cracked and puckered. So I'll have to shut that up when I get the box in there. But the box fits in there. The first tube fits in there. They're gonna have to cut a trench into the road and tap into the water main over there somewhere. And yeah, so hopefully it's not going to cost a fortune. So let's fast forward in time and have a look to see where we got to. So we got the pipe in and we got the box in. And like I said before, once all the pipes are in, and I'll flash up a diagram of what it needs to look like right now. So once that's done, I can shutter all this in and get it all concreted. But the pipes into the house, and it looks like this. Oh, it's quite dark. So really, what we need to do next is run that through that wall so we've got water outside, or I might just leave it in here for now. But it gets better. So the water board have now told us that as well as it going to cost about 600 or 700 euros to tap into the water main, I need all my plumbing signed off. So we asked a friend of ours who lives up the road if he knew a plumber, and the plumber came down eventually, and he said he couldn't sign it off, but he knows somebody who can, which is fine. And so, you know, and I asked how much was it going to cost, and he said, "I'll just bring us something from the UK." So we decided to bring back over some Brewdog IPA and some pork pies, and the pork pies went down really well. We couldn't get the IPA in because it made our bags too heavy. That's a different story. So back to the water main. So we now need this signed off, and then we need to pay the €600 or €700, which is just an estimate, to get tapped into the mains water. So I don't know how much it's worth it. This is in now. I don't know. Once we've got the money spare, I think we'll carry on with it. But at the moment, this is just going to stay a work in progress. So we'll get it all signed off. I'll get it all shuttered up, and then all that needs to happen is actually get tapped into the water main. We have the borehole now, so let's have a look at that. What are we going to use that for, sir?
Put it in our water.
Ooh, lemon water. So this, and all this pipe is down the bottom of our borehole, because this doesn't seem to be working. I've tested it and it's humming, but I'm not sure what's wrong with it. So I've got the serial number, and I'm going to investigate what's what tonight. I think I'm going to put it back down there, because as you can see, it's clean, but some of the pipe, if you have a pan over, is dirty. And what I don't want to do is have this out and then bits of that fall in on itself. So I think I'm going to shove it back down. It was a real pain in the backside to try and get it out, but it's going to be more of a pain in the backside to get it in if that collapses, because we might have to get people in to do it. So I'm going to shove this back down there and yeah, see what's occurring with some instructions. There was a big capacitor that was fixed to the circuit, but we took that off to get the 240 volts working. So that capacitor must have been on there for a good reason. It wasn't particularly professionally wired up, so I'm quite glad I took it off. So yeah, so we'll shove it back down. We have water. We've just spent an hour consulting with Brock and my good friend Chris here about how to get this borehole pump working, and it was wired up wrong. We think the pump's wired up wrong, so they used the wrong colours. We've done all the resistance testing and the continuity testing against our better judgment, but we couldn't trust who really wired this up in the first place. So we went with Chris went with his gut instinct, and it worked. Yeah, that's amazing. Well shot.
Nice
really
Chris.
shot. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. It's got water in it.
Look at that.
And it's really clean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not clean, but it's clean.
Right, who's having a bath? Rightio, here we've got a Camplux adventure camping shower, which I haven't got out of the box yet. So I haven't got any washing facilities set up. So the order of this week, now that we've got some running water, is to get set up with a proper shower. So you can connect this to a gas bottle and it'll heat it, or have it cold if you want. All I need to do is just build a basic shelter, just so we can hide ourselves away and have a wash. So I'm thinking of just mounting it on a tree, a little bit of shade cloth around it, and that should do us for now. Saves trying to wash up in a builder's bucket, which isn't the easiest. So really this can be mounted anywhere. Just hung off of one hook. Clearly it's portable, so we could take it in whenever we need to do anything. So you know, off of site. So I'll read the instructions and then pretend I know all about it. Okay, I've had a little read of the user manual. It's not very comprehensive, but it's all pretty basic anyway. I need a couple of D4 batteries for the ignition. I can use the butane that I use for cooking. It's easy enough to move the gas bottle. We get another gas bottle at some point. We do have this, which is meant to be for the shower, but I've got a better one for a proper shower. So this plasticky stuff, which means I can actually use this to mount onto the inlet. And from our new water in the borehole, which you just saw, I'm just going to buy a reducer for that, run 50 metres of hose pipe, boom. So it does say that I've got to mount this because it's burning somewhere on a fireproof board. Well, I haven't got any fireproof board, but we do have some trees and tent pegs. So what I've done is I'm going to hang it off a tree with some fashion tent pegs, and that'll hang, and it'll hang level because I'll set it to the middle, so I don't have to worry about it being at a level because it'll hang level and connect it all up. Boom. So I need to actually I've chosen a tree. It kind of works on the tree, but I do need to refashion some fencing posts. I need to take the nails out of them and just knock them in the ground. Grab some of the shade cloth that we've got and just form a basic cubicle. Nobody's going to see us from over in that direction, so it only needs to be 3 sides. And then there's a shower. Great. Yeah. So the shade cloth was too see-through, and I wanted to put that over the kitchen tent really because it's unbearably hot in there when you're cooking your dinner, so that's what we use that for. This is weed inhibitor. We ain't going to use it just yet, but I'm doing it like this so I don't have to cut it just yet. So it's just going to be a case of wrapping it round and screwing it to. It'll be absolutely fine. It's only temporary, and it will do the job just fine. So that's if it doesn't blow down. It's a bit of a bodge, it's a bit of a just get up and see if it works. Just check it. I mean, it'll be fine. I'll straighten it up and cut off those tassely bits. We'll hang the shower head off of that limb there, and yeah, I'll just pin it up the best I can. I don't really want to cut anything, I don't really want to make anything permanent. But it will certainly do its job, and we can have showers. Oakley dokley. I've been to the hardware store and a very kind and patient lady helped me out with some bits to cobble together something temporary so I can get water down to the shower further down our land. So we've got a load of hose pipe, so I actually needed something that's going to fit this 40mm pipe but also reduce into a hose pipe fitting. And so she gave me this, but also found it a threaded connector which will fit into a hose pipe fitting that actually screws onto here. It does beautifully. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to extend it because this is, I want this longer anyway. Extend it with this straight coupler and then use this reducer, plug the hose into it with some extra fittings, and Bob's your uncle. So let's crack on with it. Right, got the knife. This isn't going in because this edge is too sharp. Camera ran out of charge, so I've just had to rig it up charging, so you're charging right now. So I did get that in, and I bet it wasn't caught on camera, which is a shame. But I did do it, and I did it without any help. Right, so all I've got to do is put this on there, and I might need to move you. Hang on. Right, I need to do this quickly because that battery's going to run out and I don't think it charges and films at the same time. So let's see if I have more success with this. That's the badger. Just needed a little bit of lubrication. Right, so I'm hoping this water pump in the borehole's pressure driven. So it means that when there's pressure, the pump will stop pumping. When there's a release of the pressure, then it'll start and go. So I'm not quite sure what sort of connections on here, you know, whether it's one of those that I suppose it doesn't matter, it's down at that end that'll count. So we'll test it down there. So let's connect this up. Okay, we shall see. Right, it's a moment of truth. See if it works. I can hear it gurgling. Whee! Oh my god, that's hot. Still coming through. Amazing! That's really hot. Excellent. And that's good pressure as well. That's connected. Make sure that's done up tight. Right, I'm going to switch that to minimum. And hopefully it just won't start coming out, otherwise I'm going to need to get some sort of pressure valve of some sort, don't know. But let's cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm not going to point this at me. Right. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Look at that. Okay. How are those joints doing? Are they leaking? A little bit. Joints are leaking a little bit. I can live with that. But that switches it off. Okay. So we've got cold shower. Oh, wash my hands. Okay. I've added some boards and I have checked the line up there. There's a little leak. I need to get some plumber's grips just to tweak that, but it doesn't leak much. So let's have a try. Right, all we've got to do is switch this on. It clicks. I can hear the ignition, and that's coming out hot. Now that's on minimum, and that's too hot. I'm going to turn it up to maximum. That's too hot. Bring it down to minimum. Still too hot. Up to maximum. That's good pressure. Right, turn it down to minimum. And that's nice and cool. And then as soon as you switch it off, it stops heating, the pilot light goes out. It's pretty good. It's Camplux. I don't know if there's an issue with the gas flow. Don't know, but I can get a cool shower. Excellent. Right. Excellent. Oh no, you don't. So that shower was amazing. I don't know how much gas it uses. Doesn't really matter, not for the first one, for a little while. It just worked a treat, and by the time we got used to the temperature, I was actually turning it up. So there's nothing wrong with the thermostat part of it. It was just maybe there was just hot water in the pipe, or the pipe's heating up too much. Who knows? But it was fine. Right, so let's just go and see how much it leaks. I need to borrow some grips for tightening it up, because I don't have any tools as such here. I left them all in the UK, so it's a bit unfortunate, but that's what I'll have to cope with. So let's have a look. So it's not leaking much, but that just needs a little bit of a tweak, and that'll be fine. That one doesn't leak at all. The troublesome one is fine. Excellent. A more permanent feature here is once we get the drive put in, or just before we get the drive put in, I'm going to build a water storage container up here somewhere, and then we can gravity feed our vegetables and trees and what have you that we decide to put in. So I'm going to tee it off of there. That'll go underneath the drive, and also I'm going to put a more permanent pipe in all the way down here to the privy and the future shower block. So I'm going to have to bury that pipe in here. Fortunately, it's not going past too many trees, and yeah, that'll be a more permanent feature. This will stay for as long as it needs to, and that'll be it for the time being for the water. So that's what it took to get water and some proper facilities on our property. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. It was a little bit longer than I intended, but it is what it is, really, isn't it? I'm going to try and post a video every Sunday. Could be varying lengths. I'm still trying to find my flow, and I'd just like to say thank you to those that subscribed and all those that watch the videos and like them and comment, for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.